Hello, I'm Dave Hadley-Price and I've been head at the Bewdley School for almost 5 years, following 2 other headships. My background is physics and I currently study ocean science in my spare time. I'm in my 30th year in teaching. I have 5 grown-up children, my wife is a writer, and we've recently moved, as you can see, into a converted church. I love working with the Bewdley community, having grown up in a small rural town in mid-Wales, and I look forward over the next few years to strengthening our community links. As a parent, my children have been through many different schools over the years, and each has a distinct character and philosophy. What I most want to know when considering a school for my children is, are there people I can approach if I need help, and will they willingly give that help? And what is different and special about this school? As Bewdley and the Wyre Forest in general is fairly tightly knit, many parents were educated at the school when it was Bewdley High School, and those who went are likely to know the area quite well. Over the last 20 years, education has changed enormously, and given this background, I'd like to give you a flavour of what makes us special and different. In terms of support for you as a parent, we have a very carefully thought out staffing structure with designated people to help you out with whatever issue or query you may have. Every child is a tutor and will be in one of 3 houses. So B&W tutor groups are in Baldwin, R&F are in Ribsford, and S&V are in Severn. The house system's fairly new and developing, and central to the supportive and collaborative culture that we're trying to develop in the school. They will have a tutor as their first point of contact for parents, and a head of year and assistant to deal with more complicated issues. It's normal for parents to contact subject teams at Bewdley as well if there are issues in a particular area of the curriculum. Senior leaders will only become involved in the most complex problems, as they're small in number with wide-ranging roles, and their involvement is rarely the fastest way to solve a problem. Mr. Chowan, as Deputy Head, is designated Senior Leader for Safeguarding and manages the pastoral and year head system in the school. Mrs. McDougall, as our other Deputy Head, manages assessment, the curriculum, and she has oversight of the sixth form as well. Mr. Willis is both Assistant Head and Senko, managing all curriculum support provision for those who need extra help. He's also responsible for the development of teaching in the school. And finally, Mr. Wordley, as Operations Manager, coordinates the smooth running of the school on a day-to-day basis, overseeing the management of our site, our computer network, and our administration and finance teams. People often wonder what head teachers actually do in secondary schools, as the job is very different than that of primary heads who are heavily involved directly with children and parents. My principal job is to look after our 120 plus staff, the budget that secures their employment, and to always have an eye on the horizon, developing the school into the future. Recent priorities have clearly been skewed to managing the school as safely as possible during the pandemic. This has included setting up our own COVID LFD testing centre and putting a whole range of control measures in place, which many of you will be aware of, to make the school as safe as possible. However, in my first 2 or 3 years at the school, a lot of work was done on our curriculum, and I'd like to say a little bit about this. Our school day is based around 6 lessons of 50 minutes, organised in pairs. Double lessons are great for practical subjects, so many are taught this way. We have a strong emphasis on creativity in our Key Stage 3 curriculum, with double lessons each week in art, drama, music, technology, as well as PE. 2 lessons each of geography, history and RE, as well as 3 of languages, are taught as singles, which works better in these subjects. 4 lessons each of English and Maths, as well as 3 in Science, are also taught singly, these being the only subjects taught in sets, though technology is organised into smaller groups for practical reasons. And usually we have 2 timetables each year, switching after February half term, so that Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4 are each 2.5 years long. This gives the extra time needed for fuller GCSE courses, and we use the first half of Year 9 to give students practice at choosing options, which is never an easy thing to do. Students choose 3 creative options from a selection of around 12 subjects, which they study for half a year. With 3 lessons each, these replace art, drama, music, technology, and all of these are available as options, and RE reduces to 1 lesson per week. So students can choose any 3 subjects so long as one is creative, and they're not linked to GCSE option choices in any way. Subjects can be freely dropped or picked up when 4 GCSEs are chosen halfway through Year 9, and the only restriction is that one of these must be an English baccalaureate subject, which in our school is computer science, French, Geography, History, Spanish or Triple Science. The other 3 are free options selected from a list, and when student choices have been made, we use these choices to build up an option block structure around what they've chosen. So the curriculum truly is personalised around each year group and it's different from one year to the next. This level of detail is only given to you to illustrate our philosophy, which is one of developing the ability to make informed choices and then ensuring students really do have the freedom to make them. Through this, we can ensure that all students are encouraged to think deeply about their studies and choose subjects that are truly important to them. We're working hard to develop this into our growing sixth form provision as well, and since I joined the school in 2017 we've introduced A-levels in computer science, sociology, classics, and this year we've introduced government and politics. Alongside our sixth form refurbishment and introduction of professional pathways in the sixth form in areas such as medicine, engineering and media, we're building this increasingly diverse curriculum as a bridge into the world of work and further study. On another tack, following 3 years of negotiation, the school has at last signed a 25-year lease for the use of Bewdley Youth Centre, and in the coming months we plan to relaunch it with a new manager as a Will Mills Centre. We're working on other plans to develop our facilities too, and these will benefit both the school and Bewdley community. One of my personal challenges is to try to solve the traffic management issues on Stourport Road through rationalising and extending our parking facilities. If you'd like to work with us to help improve things for everyone, we do currently have vacancies on our governing body, so please keep an eye on our website and social media. This year we have introduced personal development as an overarching subject throughout the curriculum, with a comprehensive programme being embedded everywhere. This covers health and well-being, relationships, citizenship and living in the wider world. By teaching through subject areas, for example financial capability and maths, the essential skills will not only be taught but also assessed and reported on, ensuring the importance of personal development is the same as any other subject in the curriculum. Together with our redevelopment of the Youth Centre, we'll be ensuring that personal development of our students is at the centre of our work as the country moves towards some kind of normality. Until the world changed, one of our key areas of development was a wider curriculum, and in particular working with international partners. Our Global Happiness Conference in 2019 was attended by 10 different countries, as widely spread as South Korea, Uganda, India and Jordan. Our international trips in recent years have included France, Spain, Italy and Iceland, and with trips to China and Dominica in the Caribbean in planning. Whilst this is still important to us, we have to be realistic and will this year be initiating a Discovering Britain programme to encourage students to explore our small island whilst international travel is difficult. We'll also be rejuvenating our registered charity, the Discovery Society, as sadly we had to cancel the lecture programme last spring and our 2-week expedition to the tropical rainforests and reefs of Dominica was postponed for a year, so it's planned for July 2022. As with many of the things we do, for example our Music at Bewdley Festival, Hot Fest and other local venues, our Rotary Club photography competition, our Planting for Hope Uganda charity work, our many sports and extracurricular opportunities including our extensive Duke of Edinburgh programme, and our young Mayor and Deputy who sit on Bewdley Town Council, the Discovery Society was established to broaden and deepen our links with the local and regional community. We look forward to resurrecting our university links and creating new opportunities for our students, and we welcome you to be a part of this. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I do hope to meet you somewhere in the middle of the school on our open evening. Bye bye.